Coming to you from UBS Arena at the 2023 SVG Venue Summit, Brandon Costa from Sports Video Group. Thrilled to be bringing you here to talk about the latest and greatest in-game game presentation in live sports. We're joined from the New York Mets, Brendan McKeon. He runs the game shows over at Citi Field. Brendan, wonderful to see you. How you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by, especially during your off season.
Yeah, man, it's good to be here. It's like a home game for us. It's 20 minutes down the old Cross Island Parkway, so good to be here.
Not bad. Well, let's talk about game pres in baseball. So many dates on the calendar. It's a very busy year for you guys. It's a long season. So what are the challenges that come with that? But also maybe what are some of the advantages that come with having so many shows in a year?
I mean, the challenges are obvious, right? It's a lot of time. It's 81 games, nights, weekends. Baseball games historically have been long. We have a pitch clock coming that's hopefully going to shorten that up a little bit for us. So it's a lot of games. On the plus side, though, a lot of games gives you a lot of time to be creative. A lot of the times people say in baseball, it's like, you play every night. So like if you go for 4 one night, guess what? There's another game the next day to redeem yourself. It's not like football where you stew on it for a week. Yeah. So we can experiment, we can have fun, we can mess up a little bit, and as long as everyone is like, all right, well, we'll move on and we'll try again next time. Or you find new things that really work just because you were messing around in the fifth inning of a rain-delayed game in June. So there's a lot of experimentation that go on. You could really find new things that work.
Sure. Before we look ahead at what you guys are working on, let's reflect on last year, which is obviously a great one for the Mets in general. It always helps. We talk about all these different things that teams can do in conferences, and it certainly always helps when the team is good. And the Mets were very good last year. You guys also had some fantastic elements, including the walkout for your closer with Timmy Trumpets and everything. Among that, what were some of the highlights for you from last year?
Timmy Trumpet was a highlight. That's the only time I've ever said on headset, well, I'll see you on the other side, guys, because I didn't know what was about to happen next. But Timmy Trumpet's good. We really had a gritty, New York feel to our show last year. We built a bodega in spring training. We put all the players on the sets. We just really wanted to feel like it was like the New York that you think of and not like the pristine Fifth Avenue, New York. So the team winning absolutely helps, by the way. You can have a lot less fun when your team is going 62 and 100 than 162. So when the team is good, when the players are kind of vibing with what you're doing too, that really helps as well. Player buy-in is so huge.
Sure. Big off season for you guys. A whole new video board coming in at Citi Field. So what's it been like for you guys adjusting to that? I'm sure there's pain points along the way, but how excited are you guys to get back out there?
It's fun. I mean, it's a little scary because baseball off seasons are short, so it's a short window we got to do this in, and the board is kind of bigger than we all conceived it could be. We all landed back from Florida at spring training a couple weeks ago, and we saw it for the first time in person. We're like, oh my goodness, that is large. And we kind of had to rethink how we were laying out information because we're like, all right, we don't have a lot of information on this giant new board, so we might have to reorient how we display stuff, just basic stats, lineups, line score, stuff like that. So that has been a challenge in terms of you have all this planning going in, and then you see it in person, and it's like, okay, you have to kind of readjust here and move on from there.
Sure, and it's an interesting element of the job now because, I feel like in the old days, it's like you put in a new video board and you rode that board for 20 years or whatever, and now you guys, changed up things in the building not that long ago, and now here you are again.
It's almost like an arms race across all of sports. It's like the Cowboys put this board in 15 years ago, and it's like, look at that thing, and then everybody kind of is like, all right, I want to be bigger and I want to be better. And then the technology changes, obviously, too. Our board is going to be HDR capable. We're not going to flip that switch quite yet. Okay. We're going to crawl before we walk, before we run. But everything about it is just very, very exciting. I was just talking with somebody that the tech at the venues now is outpacing the tech on TV. And if you told me that 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Brendan, we really appreciate you being here. Wish you and your team the best of luck going in for what will hopefully be another exciting season for the Mets.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. This was fun.
All right, thanks so much, and thank you so much for tuning in. For more from the 2023 SVG Venue Summit, you can head on over to our website at sportsvideo.org.